to the point that you settle for a toxic man without your knowledge, because my dear, that is going to sabotage everything that you've worked for. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If today is your first time stopping by, my name is Naji and I make content about personal development, femininity and faith. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, be sure to stay and subscribe. So as you've already seen by the title, today's video is going to be about how to up your dating life to be more feminine. In other words, we are going to talk about how your dating life can actually cause you to be more feminine, or how your dating life can throw you out of your feminine energy. Dating is a very crucial part of our lives as women. That is because we tend to cling to whomever we call our husband or our boyfriend. And when we think about femininity or feminine energy, we think about softness, receiving, nurturing, caring and all that. So that means that any woman who is trying her best to be in her feminine energy is trying to be soft, rather than being in constant fear and anxiety or survival mode. While we are on this journey, it's very essential that we do not overlook, excuse the sound outside. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they are doing outside. Please excuse me if you hear any sound from the background. While we are on this journey, it is very essential that we do not overlook whoever we come into contact or whoever we get into a relationship with, because on this journey we are trying our possible best to be very gentle, to be very soft, to be free flow and all that. So why would you want to be in a relationship with someone who takes you out of the work that you've done on yourself? Why would you be with someone who will take you back to square one? And as a matter of fact, who we date, who we get into a relationship with really affect this journey. If only you are on this journey, who you be with, who you call your boyfriend, who you call your husband, or even your friends can really affect you. They can make or break this journey. You would want to be very picky, very vigilant, very diligent as to the kind of people you associate yourselves with. You want to make sure these are the kind of people that support your journey, that support your idea of going on this journey, even if they do or don't understand. You've done the work on yourself. You've tried your possible best to be your most feminine that you can be. What you want to do as you go into the dating market is to find a man who complements you and your goals. So now you are a very feminine woman. What you need is a very masculine man, a man who knows what he's about, not a toxic man. That is why you have to be very diligent on who or whom you associate yourself with. You have to be on the lookout for toxic men, for emotionally damaged men, so they don't take you back to square one, so they don't dilute all the work you've done on yourself. Now, the very first tip that I would like to talk about is for you to look and do the part. You're on the lookout for men, for non-toxic men, for men who are not emotionally damaged. Now, you yourself as the woman would have to be the type of woman that this kind of man actually wants. You would have to be the woman who has done the work on herself, the emotional work, the spiritual work, the physical help, the physical work, the financial work, because these are the type of women that these men want. The very first thing that you can actually do is to deal with your trauma. Deal with your childhood trauma, deal with your relationship trauma, deal with your friendship trauma, whatever trauma that you've actually engage yourself with in the past. Make sure you deal with it, because you don't want to carry all those baggage from your past into this new relationship. Do all that you have to do. If you'd have to speak to a professional, that is a psychologist, do that. If you'd have to journal your thoughts, everything that you can possibly do to get you off your trauma, make sure you do it. If you don't do this, you would carry all your fears, all your anxiety, everything from your past life into this new life with this new person. And that would be like you would be self-sabotaging this new thing that could have been something better, something beautiful. You're going to destroy something that had a tendency to be very beautiful with your past experience, your past fears and traumas. For example, if your ex-boyfriend, your ex-husband, your ex-friends, or whatever relationship that you were in, if it didn't go well, probably because they were toxic, maybe your boyfriend used to be emotionally abusive, if he used to cheat on you, you would carry all those fears into this new relationship. Now let's say this person isn't the type of guy who is going to cheat on you, but because you have this past life where you used to get cheated on, you would constantly be in fear and anxiety, trying to look through his phone, trying to see what he's doing. You are just going to be anxious for nothing. And the feminine woman is not anxious. She's calm, she's relaxed, she's confident. That is why you actually have to get the work done to get you off those traumas. The second thing you can do is to have a life of your own. Have a life of your own as a woman. And if you want to pursue your career, do that. If you want to start a business, do that. Just have a life of your own. This new person, this new boyfriend, or this person that you're trying to go into a relationship with shouldn't be your entire life. Your world shouldn't revolve around this person. Have a life of your own. Do something out of this relationship, because you don't want to be all clingy to this person. No one wants that. That is very exhausting. Do stuff on your own. Go out on your own if you want to. Just have a life out of this relationship, because surprisingly, if you don't and your world revolves around this person, this is what you're going to do. You are constantly going to wait on this person. You're constantly going to check your phone for his text, constantly going to wait for him to get back from work or wherever he goes to. Like, you are just going to build your life around this person. What about you? You have a life to live. This is another human being who has his own life. He has everything going on for him. So get your own life. That is something that even makes you more attractive as a woman. If not, you're going to look desperate. And the feminine woman is not desperate. She cares about her loved ones, but she's not desperate. She doesn't live her life as if without those people she is nothing. She doesn't live her life as if without those people she's going to die. Another tip for you is to invest in yourself. Invest in yourself as a woman. Be an interesting woman. Be the type of woman who knows how to contribute to a meaningful conversation. Invest in your intellect. Invest in your finances. Just invest in yourself to be a whole woman. The next major tip is for you to get into the dating market without forgetting the game plan. The game plan is for you to find a masculine man, a man who is going to complement you. So don't go into the dating pool trying to be all desperate, trying to find a man so bad to the point that you settle for something that is less of you, because you have done the work. You don't have to go back to square one. You need a man who is going to complement you. So don't be too desperate. Don't be in a hurry to find a man to the point that you settle for anything less, to the point that you settle for a toxic man without your knowledge. Because my dear, that is going to sabotage everything that you've worked for. Do you know what a toxic man can do to you? Let me tell you. A toxic man will make sure that he destroys everything that you've done on yourself, every single work that you've done on yourself. He will make sure that he brings you down to his level, because a toxic men are insecure. He will make sure that you become a very insecure woman. He will make sure that you stay in a state of fear and anxiety every single day. These are the type of men that we are not looking for. Toxic men, emotionally unavailable men. They are not the type of men that we are looking for, but rather We are going for emotionally intelligent men and men who are operating from their masculine energy. Let me explain. With the emotionally intelligent men, they know how to communicate their emotions without overreacting. They know how to be calm and collected even in the worst situations. Okay, those are the type of men that would help you to stay in your softness. They will help you to stay in your feminine energy. If you are anything like me, a man who gets all over the place when he's angry just because he's angry will just keep you in constant fear. These men also considers your emotions. They know how to act when they are angry because they consider your emotions. They know that, okay, I'm angry, but I'm not going to overreact because I'm taking her emotions into considerations. I'm not going to just act anyhow just because I'm mad, just because I'm pissed off, just because she did something to me. But rather, they know how to communicate when they are angry, when they are mad, when they are upset about something. They know how to communicate. They can clearly state out their boundaries. They can put their point across without being all over the place. They consider your emotions. They consider your thoughts about something. They consider how you think about certain things about their lives. They just consider you in general. They see you in the relationship. They are not treating you as just another human being. They regard you as their partner and they give you the maximum respect. These men know what they are about. They know what they've gotten themselves into, and so they're not going to mess up in your absence. They don't need you to tell them how to act. They don't need you to tell them how to be your boyfriend, how to be your man. They know how to act. They know how to act in the relationship. They know their place in your lives and they act accordingly. Let's just get that clear. You don't need to get a man that you would have to school how to be a proper boyfriend, how to be a proper partner, how to be a proper husband. Also, we are going for men who operate from their masculine energy. Now, masculine energy is all about providing, protecting, and professing. They know their place in your lives. They know they are supposed to protect, they are supposed to provide, and they are supposed to profess. Professing here means they are supposed to actively let you know that they are still there for you. They would have to profess their love for you. With protecting, they know they are supposed to protect their woman. This type of man knows he has to protect his woman physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially. They know they have to protect you. Don't just go for any man that, I have said it and I'll say it over and over again. Don't go for a man that you would have to teach him how to love you. There are cases where you have to tell your man maybe how you want to be loved, maybe telling him your love language and all that. That is different. But in situations where you have to tell the man not to shout, not to be aggressive over nothing, we are not doing that. We are not doing that. We are trying to stay feminine. We are trying to stay in our soft era without struggle. We are not going for struggle love. Okay, we're not going for struggle love, struggle relationship. Anything that makes us struggle, anything that makes us feel less of ourselves, anything that do not make us thrive as feminine women that we are trying to be, we are just dropping it. Okay, men who operate from their masculine energy know without you having to tell them that they have to provide. They know that they have to assume the position of the man in your life, so they have to provide. You don't have to tell them this. They know because they operate from their masculine energy. Providing makes them feel manly. Okay, I don't know with other men, but men, the high value men that we are trying to go for, they know they have to provide, and providing makes them feel good about themselves. And there's this whole 50-50 thing about relationships. out there whether we should do like 50-50, the man brings 50 and the woman brings 50 and then together 100% for the relationship. That's cool. That's absolutely cool. If you all agree on that, that's fine. But in a situation that you don't want a man that you want to do 50-50 with, don't go for a man who lives by this 50-50 rule. Okay, that is why I said earlier on that you would have to skim through, you would have to like be diligent about who you want to be in a relationship. Or don't settle. Do not settle just because you've been trying to find a man and you're not getting the ideal man, so let me just settle. Mind you, when you are on this journey, it is very, very difficult to find the perfect partner, because now you are more aware, you know what you want, and then you can read through the lines when a man is not acting right. Things that people will overlook, things that some ladies wouldn't see, you can tell because you've done the work on yourself and you know a lot. You are not willing to settle, you are not willing to overlook certain things unless you want to settle. And also with the spiritual protection, because you can't do away with that. If you're actually dating to marry, if you're going into a relationship to marry, you have to consider that a man who protects you spiritually. If you're a believer, you know that men are the heads of every household, and your man should be able to assume the position of the protector of your family. So he has to protect your family spiritually. And you can't overlook this when you are trying to get a man for your life. As a Christian woman like myself, it is very important for you to find a man who covers you spiritually, because you can't go for just any man. You are a Christian woman and you're going for a non-believer. How is this spiritual covering going to happen for your life? There wouldn't be any spiritual covering. It is pretty essential to go for a man who prays for your household, because he knows he's the head of the house. So he has to pray. He has to assume the position of the priest of your household. He has to assume the position of the spiritual protector of your household. So these are the very few tips that I thought of sharing with you guys. If you're a feminine woman trying to find yourself a high value man during your dating period, I hope they were helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel because it keeps me going. Share your thoughts in the comments, share it with your friends. Thank you all for watching and catch you on my next one. Bye.